Hello everyone, start our learning with Let's Learn. And our today's topic is Chapter 4 Effects of the Electric Current. In your previous standard, that means in a ninth standard, you studied this topic, that means the electric current. And in that topic, you studied about all the terms related to the electric current. But today, let's discuss about some important terms. The first term is the electric current. The electric current, that is denoted by capital I. An electric current is the rate of the flow of electric charge past a point or a region. What is the potential difference? That is denoted by V. So potential difference is defined as the work that must be performed to move a charge from one point to another point. Charge, that is Q, charge flow in the 2 points. Charge Q is the physical properties of the matter which allows it to experience a special kind of force when kept under the influence of the electromagnetic field is called the electric charge. Next, voltmeter is an instrument used to measuring the electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit. Ammeter. An ammeter is a measuring instrument used to measure electric current in a circuit. Electric current are measured in ampere. Next, resistance. The electric resistance measures how much the flow of the electric charge is restricted within the circuit. So these are some important terms. You can pause the video and write down these important terms in your notebook. Friends, let's see some important formulas that these formulas are used to solve the numeric problems. So first formula is I equals to Q upon T, where I is the electric current flow in the circuit, Q is the charge and T is the time taken. In the T time, the electric current I flows in the circuit. V equals to Ri by the Ohm's law that you studied in the 9th standard. So by these we can write R equals to V upon I. And our third formula is V equals to W upon Q, where is W is a work done. We can write here W, work done, equals to V into Q. Q is a charge and V is a potential difference. Let's see. This is a Joule's law of heating. Now we will study Joule's law of heating. But before this, observe this electric circuit. In this circuit, this is a electric source. This is a battery and this is a electric source. The I is a current flow in the circuit in the resistance R, and the two endpoints of the resistance are A and B. Here V is a voltmeter. This is connect in the parallel, and A is a ammeter connected in the series. VAB is a potential difference between two endpoints, that means A and B. When key is on, this is a key, when key is on, then electric current I flows, and Q is a charge that flows in the resistance between the terminal A and B. That means the work has been done. When charge Q flows between these two terminals, that means the work has been done. When work has been done, the heat is produced in the resistance. So let's see what is the Joule's law of heating. In the Joule's law of heating, we have to find out the amount of the heat produced in the resistance. So let's see again. This is your circuit. I explained you about all the terms. So in this circuit, R is a resistance. VAB is the potential difference between these two endpoints A and B. If charge Q is a charge flow from A to B, Then we have some formulas. We know this formula V equals to W upon Q. So we can write W is a work done when circuit is on, that means key is on and electric current flows, then the work has been done, and the work done is equals to the VQ. V is a potential difference. We can write here VAB, okay, in place of V. So VQ, this is your first equation. But now we have to find the value of the V and Q. So we know R equals to V upon I. By the Ohm's law, we studied in the 9th standard. And we can write here V equals to R into I. Because R equals to V upon T, so we can write V equals to R into I. This is your second equation. Then third one is we know this formula again, I, that means the current flow equals to charge upon time. In a unit time, the total charge flow in a circuit is called the current, electric current. So I equals to Q upon T. This is our third formula. We can write Q equals to IT. So this is your third equation. Put the value of the V and Q from the equation number 2 and 3 in equation 1. That means W equals to V into Q. So put it W equals to V, the value of V from equation number 2 equals to RI into Q, the value of Q equals to IT. So calculate here, W equals to I into I, that means I square into T, I square into T. We can write W equals to I square RT. That means the amount of the work done is utilized from the heat. When work done is performed, then the heat is produced in the resistance between the two terminals to endpoints A and B. So heat utilized. So we can write as the work done is equals to the heat produced. That means W equals to H. You can see here W equals to heat produced. So we have the formula W equals to I square RT. So we can write H equals to I square RT, and H equals to I square RT is called the Joule's law of heating. Understand? Then next, here we will see some other formulas, because these formula are useful to solve the numerical problems. So we have, by the Joule's law of heating, H equals to I square RT. But H equals to I square, put the value of the R equals to V upon I. We have R equals to V upon R by the Ohm's law. So I square V upon I into T. We can write, cancel out, I and I cancel out. So we have H equals to I, V and T. I, V, T. This I and one I is a cancel out. So we have H equals to I square R T. This is your second formula. Then again, we have, by the Joule's law of heating, H equals to I square RT. So H equals to, put the value of the I equals to V upon T. So V upon T into RT. Then right here Q upon T. So this is your Q. H equals to Q square RT. Because I equals to Q upon T, we have the formula I equals to Q upon T. So H equals to Q square upon T square RT. T and T cancel out. So we have H equals to Q square. This is your Q. Q square R upon T. 1 T is cancel out by this 1 T. Here 2 square, that means t into t. 1 t is cancelled out, so remaining 1 t in the denominator. So this is our second formula. This formula, the second formula and the third formula, these are useful to solve the numeric problem. And let's see the unit of the electrical power. We have the electrical power equals to V into I, potential difference into I, current. Okay, so unit equals to, the unit of volt is a unit of the V, potential difference, and ampere is a unit of the current I. If 1 volt into 1 ampere, we can write here 1 volt and 1 ampere is equals to, we know that W equals to VQ, that means V equals to W upon Q, we can write. So I equals to W upon Q. W is the, joule is a unit of the W and coulomb is a unit of the charge. So the unit of the V is the joule upon coulomb. So 1 joule upon 1 coulomb, because 1 volt equals to 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. Multiply. So multiply. 1 ampere, we have the formula I equals to Q upon T. So unit of I equals to unit of Q upon unit of T. Unit of Q is a coulomb upon second. So 1 coulomb upon 1 second. Here coulomb cancel. So we have 1 joule upon 1 second. So 1 joule upon 1 second is a watt. So this is the unit of the electric power. I hope you understand. If you have any doubt, please comment and use this code. This is a code of the Google Classroom to get the homework and the solutions. Thank you.